Have you ever looked into your dog's eyes and felt like something was missing? Like they were trying to tell you something, but the words just weren't there? Maybe they don't run to greet you anymore. Maybe their tail stays still, and those toys they once loved just sit there untouched. You feed them, walk them, give them everything they need, but still, something feels off. The silence isn't just quiet, it's heavy. You can feel it pressing in your chest, like your best friend is slipping away and you don't know why. What if I told you that dogs have a quiet way of crying out for help? That they don't bark, they don't whine, they just change. And most of us miss it, not because we don't care, but because no one ever taught us how to listen. Today, I want to show you what your dog has been trying to say all along. These are the silent signs your dog is begging for help, and if you love your dog like family, this may be the most important thing you hear today. Sometimes it starts so quietly, almost like a whisper you barely notice. Maybe it's the missed greeting at the door, the tail that no longer wags when you come home, or the favorite toy gathering dust in the corner, untouched. At first, it's easy to convince yourself it's nothing more than tiredness or the natural slowing down that comes with age. But to your dog, these small changes mean so much more. When the joy they once radiated starts to fade, it's not just a passing mood. It's their heart slowly withdrawing, folding inward like a delicate flower closing up. Depression in dogs doesn't always wear the face we expected, isn't always a sad whine or a visible frown. Often, it shows up as silence, stillness, the kind of quiet that speaks of giving up, a surrender to something heavier than exhaustion. If we aren't watching closely, if we only see what's on the surface, we can easily miss the moment they start slipping into that lonely place where they no longer feel seen, heard, or loved. Then comes the hiding. That sudden urge to tuck themselves away in a forgotten corner, beneath the bed, or behind a piece of furniture where no one looks. It's not just a preference for peace and quiet, it's a retreat from the world that feels overwhelming. When dogs hide like this, it's rarely about shyness or mischief. More often, it's pain. Pain that might be physical, a hurt that aches in their bones, or emotional, an invisible weight pressing down on their spirit. They don't have words to say, no way to ask for comfort or relief, so instead they disappear from sight, hoping someone will notice their absence. They are silently waiting for you to find them, to see beyond the hiding spot, and to care enough to ask gently, "Why are you hiding, my friend? What hurts you so deeply?" And yet, in some ways, life goes on. Maybe they still eat their meals, maybe they still sleep peacefully at night, and so you believe everything is fine. But when the excitement for daily walks fades, when the eagerness to chase a ball or play with you disappears, that spark inside is quietly dimming. It's not laziness or stubbornness, it's loss. A piece of their joy has been broken, even if the cracks aren't obvious to the naked eye. Dogs are masters at masking their pain, at pretending everything is okay when inside they're crumbling. But when their eyes no longer light up at the simple pleasures, it's a silent call for help, a reminder that their spirit needs healing. No treat, no toy, no fancy trick can fix this. What they crave most is something deeper: your love, your full presence, and your patient understanding. Only then can they begin to feel safe again, and slowly find their way back from the shadows into the warmth of your heart. And sometimes it's all in their eyes. You look at them, but the light is gone. They don't look back. Or if they do, it's like there's a wall between you. Their gaze drifts away, not in defiance, but in resignation. Dogs are deeply emotional beings. When their world feels uncertain, unsafe, or unloved, it shows in their eyes first. Those eyes once filled with trust may now hold confusion, even sadness. And when that sparkle fades, that's your sign it's time to reach out. Not with commands, not with corrections, but with quiet, patient love. Then there are moments when they won't leave your side. They follow you from room to room, even into the bathroom, always right behind you. You think it's cute, even funny. But sometimes that clinginess isn't affection, it's anxiety. Separation anxiety doesn't just happen when you're gone. It begins while you're still there, when they already fear the next goodbye. They're scared. Scared of being left alone. Scared you'll disappear, just like the joy they used to feel. Your presence is their safety net, and when they stick to you like glue, it's not just love, it's a silent plea. Please don't leave me. Have you ever noticed them yawning a lot? Especially right before you leave or when you pick up your keys. It's not because they're sleepy. It's stress. Yawning in dogs can be a sign of emotional overload, a quiet, invisible anxiety trying to find a way out. They're trying to soothe themselves the only way they know how. And it's heartbreaking because we often overlook these tiny clues. But they matter. Every yawn is a whisper. I'm not okay, but I don't know how to tell you. When they skip a meal, your heart skips too. And you hope maybe they're just not hungry. But when even their favorite food doesn't tempt them, something is wrong. It might be illness. It might be emotional exhaustion. But either way, it's urgent. Dogs live through patterns. When the pattern breaks, it's their way of waving a red flag. A dog who won't eat isn't just being picky. It's their quiet way of saying, I'm hurting and I need help. And then there's the breathing. That shallow, rapid panting even when it's not hot. The wheezing. The sudden shift in their chest as they lie still. It's easy to dismiss. But sometimes those quiet sounds mean their heart is working too hard or their lungs are struggling. Don't wait. Don't assume it will pass. Listen with your whole heart because their body is speaking in a language beyond words. And that language is saying, please, take me seriously. Some signs look like habits. Repetitive behaviors that seem harmless at first. Constant licking of paws. Nibbling their fur. Scratching one spot over and over again. But these aren't quirks, they're coping mechanisms. When dogs are emotionally overwhelmed, they self-soothe through repetition. They try to comfort themselves in the only way they know. It's not just itchy skin, it's an aching heart. And if we notice, really notice, we can help them feel safe again. And when they vanish into the darkest corner of the house, that's when your heart should ache the most. Behind the couch. Under the bed, hidden in shadows. That's where dogs go when the world becomes too loud. When the sadness or pain becomes too heavy to carry. They aren't trying to avoid you, they're trying to survive. That quiet hiding place is their last refuge. And if you find them there, don't call them out, go to them. Sit with them. Let them know they're not alone in the dark. So maybe now you see your dog differently. Maybe you remember a moment to miss tail wag, a skipped meal, a long yawn before goodbye. These signs aren't accidents. They're your dog's way of trusting you with their truth. And that's a sacred bond. They love you with everything they have. They just need you to hear them when they can't speak. If this touched your heart, even just a little, if you see your dog in a new light today, then don't let this moment fade. Show your dog you're listening. And if you believe every dog deserves to be heard, then please like this video, share it with someone who loves dogs, and subscribe to Love Dogs. Tell us in the comments, what has your dog been trying to say to you? They're not just pets. They're family, and family deserves to be understood.